Okay, so setup wise, just look at your body and your head there. If I sort of do that and do that, see a bit of a difference there with your slight shoulder tilt and your chin's up. Yeah, so you generally look better and taller in your posture, okay? Yeah. The fact your right hand's lower than your left hand means your right shoulder should be lower than your left, okay? If you level things off too much here and there and everywhere, when you swing the spine angle, now it's got a potential to tilt too much. Now in the past, when your knees went, it would always go. Now your hips are going this way, there's a little bit of that, and then you try and pull the arms in, you're going to have a bit of a struggle. So this is your full movement, the first few swings there. You can see your spine angle there now is probably now more in kind of that line, yeah? So you've tilted yourself probably, wherever that green, yellow line is there, 15 degrees or so. Now then, and again, knees almost together. Hips are moving well, so that's a good positive, so that's a good thing. So shoulders in a better angle there now, okay? Tilted there nicely, okay? That'll be good, yeah? All right? That's where you go to. So it's less, but what feels to you 90% is probably more like the 95-ish%, give or take, okay? But at least from here now, you look a lot more stable. There's daylight between your knees there now. You're not collapsing knees so much. Your spine angle now is certainly straighter rather than if we go from that sort of left shoulder here down to your left hip. Yeah, just a bit less sort of tilty on there. You can just see your spine. Your general spine's probably that way, whereas this one's more that way, I guess. Yeah, and from there at least you've got a chance to sort of bring that golf club back to the golf ball, getting into that good impact position. Hands at him. Oh, I'm going back a frame, sorry. It's just afterwards, I guess. So there's your hands at impact. There's your hands at impact there. The golf ball's just gone, so but still onto that left side. Your chest is staying behind the golf ball. You're getting into this position, okay? Good strike position, okay? And then you can then release through onto that left side. It's always been a pretty good position anyway, do you say? Well, you always get through the ball nicely, okay? Which in some ways will be a lot easier now when you're not doing this with the body. Okay, if you're kind of here now and back this way, from here now just skim a pebble. It's just going to swing through. If you're kind of this way, now you try and get yourself that way, you'll probably find your sort of, maybe your threshold or your tipping point would be around sort of the 5, 6, 4 iron kind of your hybrid, where if you're steep, 6, 7, 8, 9 iron, you get away with it a little bit. It's some reasonable shots, and you can still probably score well. If you're getting the ball in the fairway somewhere, you might just score well with your short irons, okay? But then there's always that tendency with a 5, which with the out of bounds club you had to be way left. If there's too much tilt this way, you don't want to be hitting a 5 iron that steep. So what you're going to try and do, you kind of pop up back up to try and level yourself off, and then shooing, there's the hooky one. And if you're being conservative to a conservative target, then you sort of try to be a bit tappy with it again. The club's going to overtake, and there's your left shot. So as I said, you want to be aggressive to conservative spots. Pick a target that's very safe, very away from trouble, and then be aggressive to that spot. Don't think, oh, there's trouble left, trouble. I'll just try and just nudge it and tap it down there. Think, okay, there's my target there now. That's well away from any danger. It's out of bounds, is 30 yards left. There's trees 20 yards right there. There's no danger I'm going to reach. I can go, okay, that club's hard, like towards that target. No, it's never going to go too far offline. But if you're there trying to just sort of, I'll just tap a 5 iron down the fairway, it's a very non-specific target. It's very kind of just like, could be anywhere, okay? And again, if you're sort of just getting a bit nudgy tappy, you're not really being aggressive to that target, you're just trying not to be bad, okay? So yes, I don't mind that kind of swing it more within yourself mentality, but you're still being aggressive to that target. So it's a 3/4 swing, or whatever swing it may be, but some speed to it, not like a proddy tap, exactly, yeah. And again, I think that often happens when you get on holes that maybe you don't like, or when you're coming down the last few holes and you don't want to hit a bad shot because the score's going well, or say you've got, you're on the 18th tee, 3 over par, and you're like, oh, I don't hit a bad shot now. You just played 17 holes, not hitting a bad shot, so why do you think about hitting a bad shot on the 18th tee? But you stand there and go, I don't want to go to the trees left, or whatever it may be. Whereas the first 17 holes, you went, okay, I'm down the fairway there, boom, 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 you just played golf. As you get towards the end, we start thinking about things we don't want to do. Well, for the first dozen or so holes, you played golf, hitting the ball to do what you want to do. It's getting in that mindset, I think, as well, about playing a bit more specific to targets, okay? But in terms of the swing, practice that move. I think you can work on getting your shoulders a little bit, say, more tilted, as we said at address, which I think you did there, good. Get a golf club now on your sort of inside your right toe or right instep, okay? And then make back swings now with a club across your shoulder. And what you're trying to match up with, as you turn the shoulders back here, try and get that, which it does in this case, to match up with the club on the ground, yeah? Not have your shoulders kind of over here somewhere, yeah? sort of leaning and going the wrong way. Okay, hip movement's good. Okay, the movements of the golf, that impact. I think the impact movement now, you've been doing some practice with that, but just I think making sure you don't practice the wrong move. That's the key thing. Don't go, I want to do this. I'm thinking, no, you don't. You want to do more than that.
It's when you said it and you said, this happened, and it was literally, and when I practiced in the daily range, I knew that that's not what I want to be doing.
Exactly, yeah.
I can just see that.
Yeah, exactly.
Continue that.
Yeah, and the shot, exactly. I've seen so many golfers they'll do swing drills or swing movements they've been told or they've watched on TV or they've misread something or whatever, and you see them on the range practicing these drills. And the thing is, people practice so hard sometimes, they make these moves really well, but the moves they're trying to make are just wrong. Yeah. It's just like you say, well, if you're trying to cure something with the wrong cure, it's not going to give you the result you want to give. It will cure the fault you haven't got, but if you haven't got the fault, then exactly, yeah. I mean, if I wanted to try and cure a headache, I wouldn't take hay fever tablets. Okay, I wouldn't go do anything else. You think, okay, here's the symptom. I have this. What is causing that? I have that. What cures it? I give myself that. It cures that. Not like, oh, I've got this. I'll try and do this, and then this, and then this, and just keep going round the houses. And eventually, you might come back if you're lucky to the right cure, but it's taking your way of doing it. And in between that sort of mess, you've either taken 25 tablets. You're all over the place, aren't you? Overdose on information. Yeah. Okay, mate. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Cool. What do I?